Listen, let me tell you something. Growth ain't something that just happens. It's something you have to make happen every single day. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be, that's the work you're willing to put in. You can't just roll out of bed, check your phone, and expect life to get better. You've got to set the tone for your day. How you start your morning determines everything. It sets the energy, the mindset, and the momentum for what's coming. A lot of people wake up, go through the motions, and then wonder why nothing in their life is changing. The truth is, every single day is an opportunity to take one step closer to the life you want. But if you're not intentional about it, you'll stay exactly where you are. Before anything else, you have to decide what you're working toward. What do you want out of life? What kind of person do you want to become? What's the next level for you? If you don't have answers to those questions, you're going to wake up every day just surviving instead of thriving. The key to improving yourself is to make your day mean something. You don't need to have your whole life figured out, but you do need to have a focus for the day. That might mean setting a small goal, something as simple as learning one new thing, making progress on a project, or handling a situation better than you did yesterday. Every day is a chance to improve your patience, your discipline, your skills, and your mindset. But you have to make a choice. Are you going to let the day control you, or are you going to take control of it? The first moments of your day matter. Instead of grabbing your phone and scrolling through distractions, take a second to focus your mind. Pray, meditate, write down what you're grateful for, something that aligns you with your purpose. When you start your day with intention, you give yourself direction. You stop letting life just happen to you, and instead, you start making things happen for yourself. It's a small shift, but it makes a massive difference. If you wake up every day with a plan, with purpose, and with the mindset to grow, you'll begin to see changes in your life faster than you ever thought possible. Growth and comfort do not live in the same house. If you want to improve yourself, you have to be willing to step into the unknown. Most people stay in the same place, not because they don't have the potential to grow, but because they're too afraid to be uncomfortable. They avoid challenges, stick to what feels familiar, and play it safe. But nothing great ever comes from staying in the same spot. The only way to level up in life is to get used to feeling a little uncomfortable. Think about every major breakthrough you've ever had in life. It probably happened when you took a risk, when you did something that made your heart race, when you pushed yourself past what you thought you could handle. That feeling of discomfort, that's where growth happens. It's in the moments when you stretch yourself, when you try something new, when you take on a challenge that forces you to be better. It doesn't have to be a huge, life-changing step every day. It can be something small. Speaking up in a meeting when you usually stay quiet, reaching out to someone you admire, signing up for a class, saying yes to an opportunity that scares you. The key is to make discomfort a daily habit. If you're not feeling at least a little bit nervous about something you're doing, you're not growing. The problem is, too many people let fear make their decisions for them. They think, what if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if it doesn't work out? But what they should be asking is, what if this opens the door to something incredible? What if this changes everything? Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. You start building confidence, you start seeing progress, and before you know it, things that used to scare you become second nature. That's how real growth happens, not by waiting for the perfect moment, but by stepping into discomfort and realizing that's where your power is. You can't be out here trying to grow while keeping company with people who don't want to see you win. Your environment plays a huge role in your success, and the people you surround yourself with will either push you forward or hold you back. If you spend time with people who complain all day, make excuses, and never take action, that energy is going to rub off on you. It's hard to stay motivated when you're constantly around negativity, doubt, and small thinking. Take a good look at your circle. Are the people around you inspiring you? Are they challenging you to be better? Are they encouraging you to go after your dreams? Or are they making you feel stuck, drained, or unmotivated? Sometimes the reason people don't grow isn't because they lack talent or ambition. It's because they're tied to the wrong crowd. They're too loyal to relationships that are holding them back instead of pushing them forward. It's not about cutting everybody off or thinking you're better than anyone. It's about recognizing that you can't afford to let the wrong influences shape your future. If you want to grow, you need to be around people who are growing, people who have ambition, who are working towards something, who are constantly improving themselves. When you surround yourself with winners, you start thinking bigger. You start believing more is possible. You get inspired to level up. It's also important to have people in your life who will tell you the truth. Not just friends who agree with everything you say, but people who will call you out when you're slacking, who will challenge you to be better, who will hold you accountable to your goals. Growth isn't always comfortable, and sometimes it takes someone else pushing you to see what you're really capable of. The right people will elevate you, support you, and remind you of your potential. The wrong people will drain you, distract you, and keep you stuck in the same patterns. You have to make a choice about who you allow in your space because your future depends on it. You got a whole world of knowledge at your fingertips, and if you're not taking advantage of it, you're missing out on one of the biggest opportunities for growth. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be often comes down to what you know. The more you learn, the more valuable you become, and the more doors start to open for you. But too many people stop learning after school, thinking they've got all the knowledge they need to get by. That's why they stay stuck, doing the same things, making the same mistakes, and wondering why their life isn't changing. The most successful people in the world never stop learning. They read books, they listen to podcasts, they study their craft, they seek out new information every single day. They understand that knowledge is power, and the more they know, the more they can do. Learning isn't just about sitting in a classroom or reading a textbook. It's about exposing yourself to new ideas, new perspectives, and new skills that can help you grow. It doesn't take much. Just dedicating a few minutes a day to learning something new can completely shift your mindset. You can listen to an audiobook while driving, watch a video that teaches you something useful, or have conversations with people who know things you don't. The key is to make learning a daily habit, because every time you learn something new, you gain an edge. You sharpen your mind. You equip yourself with the tools to navigate life better. It's also important to apply what you learn. Knowledge without action is useless. Too many people collect information but never put it to use. They read the books, they take the courses, but they don't implement any of it. Real growth happens when you take what you've learned and start applying it to your life. When you make small adjustments based on new knowledge, you start seeing different results. You start making better decisions, handling situations differently, and positioning yourself for greater success. The more you commit to learning, the more you set yourself up for a future that looks nothing like your past. Motivation is nice, but discipline is what changes your life. A lot of people get excited about improving themselves, setting goals, and making big plans, but the moment things get hard or the excitement fades, they stop. That's why so many dreams never turn into reality, because people only work on them when they feel like it. But success doesn't come from how you feel in the moment. It comes from showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it. The people who win in life aren't always the most talented, the most educated, or the most connected. They're the ones who refuse to quit. They're the ones who stay consistent, who keep pushing forward no matter what. They understand that improvement isn't about making huge leaps overnight. It's about small, steady progress over time. The compound effect of doing the right things daily adds up in ways you can't even see at first. A lot of people wait for the perfect moment to start, but the truth is, there is no perfect moment. You have to start now and stay with it. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the work, when you're tired, when the results aren't showing yet, when it feels easier to just quit. That's when discipline has to take over. You have to remind yourself why you started in the first place and keep going, even when it's tough. Consistency builds habits, and habits shape your future. Every time you show up for yourself, you prove that you're serious about your growth. You build confidence, you develop resilience, and you separate yourself from the people who give up too soon. It's not about making perfect progress. It's about staying committed to the process. If you stay consistent long enough, the results will come. The key is to keep moving forward even when the progress feels slow. Because the truth is, every great success story starts with someone who refused to stop. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be isn't luck or talent. It's the decision to keep showing up no matter what. Life will give you exactly what you put into it. If you want a better life, more success, or to become the best version of yourself, you have to commit to it fully. You can't just wish for it, talk about it, or get excited about it for a little while and then go back to the same old habits. Growth is not something that happens by accident. It's something you have to be intentional about every single day. A lot of people start strong, but they don't follow through. They set goals, they make plans, but when challenges come up, when life gets tough, when things don't happen as fast as they want, they start making excuses.